are one of the most popular online variants around. They're quick to play and can be a great way to boost your bankroll. And although it's commonly understood that sit and goes require a specific strategy, some players still come unstuck. Luckily, Barney is here to help us out. So, Barney, first of all, what would you say are some of the fundamentals of successful sit and go play?
Well, I think something you have to understand when you're playing sit and goes, the classic free prizes sit and go, is the different risk-reward ratio that you get, the different way that the chips are worth different amounts at different stages in the game. And early on, when the blinds are small, there's a lot of point in playing loose and trying to bluff and trying to win those little blinds. You're conserving your chips is much more important than trying to win them. So you get situations where when somebody raises from early, you shouldn't be playing back with hands like ace queen, because it's very, very unlikely that they've got a hand that you're dominating. And similarly, small pairs from early, you should probably just be throwing these away, because if someone plays back, they've probably got you. So really tight early on. When you get to the mid stages, talking about 5, 6 players, maybe 20 big blinds average, you had to again be very, very careful about what kind of hands you enter pots with, because you had to ask yourself, can I stand the free bet here? You have to anticipate the pressure that players might put you under. You want to be most of the time, you want to be the one making those free bets, because at this stage, a free bet really closes the action and commits you to the pot. So another thing about this chip value thing is that I know JP was here last month talking very well about bet sizes, and it doesn't work quite the same way in a sit and go, because conserving your chips is so much more important. You get situations where in a cash game or a deep stack tournament, you might want to make small bets to induce mistakes and get the best value out of your hand, whereas in a sit and go, you might want to play much more straightforward, just close it down and take those chips that are already out there.
OK, thanks, Barney. Number 2 is playing the bubble in a sit and go always seems to give players trouble. So what tips can you give?
I think that one very important tip at this stage is that the person that you want to be pressuring most is the person with just less chips than you. So if you're first in chips, the one who's got the most to lose and the least to gain by calling you is the guy who's second in chips. And if you're second in chips, then it's the girl who's third in chips who's got the most to lose and the least to gain. So you want to exploit this situation, but also be prepared to be unbelievably tight when you're faced with a decision for all your chips.
OK. And finally, number 3, how does the typical prize structure of a sit and go dictate how you should play?
Well, one of the key points to be aware of here is getting into the money is very, very important. After all, in a typical structure, you've got 50, 30, and then 20% is the prize structure. So as soon as you're in the money, 60% of the prize money is locked up, and you want to be in there. And now what you're fighting for is the remaining 40%, and of that remaining 40%, 3/4 of it goes to the winner. So it's easy to see that playing for second isn't the way to go. You want to be playing to get into the money, and when you're in the money, you want to be playing hard to try and actually come first. And if you're taking 50-50 shots here, that's fine, because the downside is a 25% loss. The upside is a 75% gain. So don't play for second in these sit and goes.
Thank you very much. Good advice. But now let's take a look at what's coming up over the next couple of months in our poker diary. The Christmas Cracker at Brighton's Rendezvous Casino is basically a national institution and always draws a decent mix of pros and recreational players. The £550 main event kicks off on the 11th of December. Say you're itching to play in an EPT but can't quite stomach the buy-in for a main event? Get yourself over to EPT Prague on the 18th of December for the €330 Super Deep Stack side event, where you'll get a massive 30,000 chips. If you fancy a change from the usual festivities, check out Christmas Poker Week at the Casino Cosmopol in Gothenburg, Sweden, which is hosting some juicy events from the 25th to the 30th of December. Well, there's lots to keep you busy there. We'll be back next month with more views and news from the world of poker, but unfortunately, that's all we've got time for this month. So thank you very much to you, Barney.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. And I'll see you next time on the Poker Player Show. Bye-bye for now.